Okay, so oh my God, I look so rosy and pink with this camera. I think we are live. I hope we are live. This morning, I got up early to start working on the broadcast, only to realize that Facebook changed something overnight and it threw the entire streaming community. Um, well, they threw a number on the entire streaming community because nobody seems to be able to pre-schedule broadcasts to Facebook this morning. So I am using my complimentary software application um, to go online today. So I can see that I'm on live. I can see your good mornings, and I can only hope that my microphone level is good. I cannot. I This program doesn't allow me to see what my microphone level is. But if all goes well, you should be listening to me loud and clear. Um, and I hope that is the case. And thank you very much for that, Todd. I'm not sure exactly whether these things that are going on with Facebook will go away in the near future or not. But this is not going to stop us to. Oh, I also cannot crop my image a little bit, so you get a bigger glimpse of my living room, which is behind me. So I this is not going to stop us from having our broadcast. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at your. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm sorry. This is such important news, at least to me. My friends Claude and Lucas have electricity finally, and I don't even have a way to play my sound effects. So, yay. This is great news. Anyhow, this is our broadcast for today, where we exchange headlines from our city, state, and country with news that you may have at your end. And today we have all kinds of fun, leisurely stuff. We have a couple of news items that I want to share with you, and we are going to get started with that. But as always, I will ask you to write the word new if you are watching live for the first time. We would love to give you a nice little welcome. And of course, if you have something really important that you wish to show to me or to show to the rest of the broadcast, it doesn't hurt at all if you add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your message. That way I'll know that it is important, and I'll be looking for all those Qs at the end of our presentation. So I think this is a good moment to get started. Whoops. And today we start with Otis, of course. This is truly bad news for the city of Acapulco, where the hurricane increased in intensity from Category 1 to Category 5 in a matter of hours yesterday, making landfall shortly after midnight at displaying winds of 165 miles an hour or 270 kilometers an hour. These are sustained winds, my friend. Imagine that you are driving your car at 165 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you crash against a wall. Well, that wall felt the impact of your crash, and that is the equivalent impact of the wind that blew in Guadalajara. Some very dramatic images are starting to show up in social media, and our prayers, of course, go to those living in that general area. SEAPAL has announced a service interruption for today along Francisco Medina Asensio between the Pitillal River and Francia Street in Colonia Versalles. This is to repair a broken pipe. Service is expected to be restored today at 5 p.m. The AS3 triathlon returns to Puerto Vallarta for the second year in a row this coming November 12th, bringing together 800 of the finest triathletes in Mexico and other countries. There will be several modalities, from junior for teenagers to Olympic, which will have the standard Olympic distances. And the transition area will be on Nicaragua Street en Avenida México in Colonia 5 de Diciembre. I'll leave you the organizer's website for more information if you wish to participate in the triathlon. And of course, for those of us that enjoy the eye candy, hopefully we'll have more information as the date gets closer. And with that said, we are going to now switch over to our weather forecast because it is that time in the broadcast. It is 28 degrees right now. We have 68% humidity. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 82%. And our forecast for today says partly cloudy skies in the morning with overcast skies in the afternoon, a high of 31 and a low of 22. Then tomorrow, Thursday, humid with clear skies throughout the day with a high of 31 and a low of 22. And on Friday, mostly clear skies in the morning with mostly clear skies in the afternoon, a high of 31 and a low of 22. And the highest chance of rain for the 3 days, which is 18%. And now let's get rid of that. What do we have next? Give me 1 second. Yes, we start with a series of interesting events that I caught this morning. If you are out and about this afternoon without many plans, I found out just this morning, otherwise I would have let you know sooner, that there is a mariachi festival today at the Isla Rio Cuale Cultural Center starting at 3 p.m. The event will feature 3 mariachi bands, I think, or that's what I read. Los Polvitos de Jalisco, Raíz Jalisciense, and Mariachi Sol de Vallarta. This is a free event, again, this afternoon at the Isla Rio Cuale. Then the Art and Market Marina Vallarta Market begins its run for the 23 to 24 season tomorrow. This is an evening event, an evening farmers market that runs from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Marina Vallarta Boardwalk. For more information, please visit the link that I'll provide you in the show notes, along with the links for all these other events that I found that I want to share. Along the same lines, Banderas News features an article promoting the Olas Altas Farmers Market, but unfortunately, Banderas News fails to mention in the article when the starting date is going to be. I would imagine that since they featured this article this week, the market may be starting on Saturday. It's usually on Saturdays, but we don't have any confirmation. If anybody out there knows the date in which the farmers market in Olas Altas gets started for the 23 to 24 season, please feel free to share the information in the show notes. And now I have a bunch of free Day of the Dead events that are starting to show up on the calendar. Again, there are a lot of paid events out there, from Katrina painting to face painting to all kinds of altar decorating, this, that, and the other. We're going to focus on events that are free, with the exception of one that is not free, and you'll find out which one in a second. For starters, let me let me set this up. Come on, computer, work with me. And the first event that I'm going to show you is the altar exhibition that is going to start on the 27th. That's in a couple of days at both the Mercado Emiliano Zapata, the Emiliano Zapata Market, and the Cinco de Diciembre Market. So if you have any shopping to do on either one of those two venues, this would be an excuse to go there. We don't know, or maybe we do. No, we don't know how long this altar exhibition is going to take place, but I am sure that it is going to take place for a few days. So that's on the 27th. Then on the 30th, there is a verbena, or a festivity for Day of the Dead at the Mercado Municipal Rio Cuale. If this is anything like what they've done in the past, what they tend to do here is that they close the streets that are next to the market. They set up a stage and they have all kinds of interesting things going on. And that's the way they've done it in the past. Hopefully, that's the way they'll do it this time around. And again, this will be on Monday, October 30th at starting at 2 p.m. and continuing till 9:30 p.m. Then moving right along, we had mentioned this before. The Isla de los Muertos Festival. This is the second annual festival that takes place at the Isla Rio Cuale, and this is going to go on from 4 to 10 p.m. on the 1st. Of course, these events are all free. The next event that I'm going to mention is not, but it's going to be fabulous. Of course, I'm talking about my very own uh, I'm sorry, did you lose my voice when I disappeared? If you did, I won't do it again. Um, yes, I figured. I put A and B together. I apologize for that. Um, it's the lack of familiarity of being fancy with this other software application. Apologies. Let me start again. As I was saying, the one event that is not going to be free is my own presentation, Day of the Dead, which will take place on Wednesday, November 1st, at the same time as the Isla Rio Cuale is having theirs. But we can send Santer out to the Rio Cuale, to the Isla after my event. What is Day of the Dead going to be about? Well, if you recall, we did a big event for Independence Day, and that featured a lot of music and history and culture and anecdotal stuff. And for Day of the Dead, we are going to do exactly the same thing. We are going to talk about the music for Day of the Dead. We're going to talk about traditions, and we are going to talk about all the things that have made this festival increasingly popular, not only in Mexico, but beyond our borders. We'll talk about some traditions that you may never have heard of, like the mourners competition. There is a competition to see who can cry better next to a grave. And there's all kinds of things that just don't get into the mainstream that I've been researching, and I think you're going to enjoy that very, very much. Moving right along, boom, 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 boom. There's more. The city's official Day of the Dead parade. There you go. The city's official Day of the Dead parade will be on November 2nd. This is Thursday, a week from tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. The parade goes from the Cinco de Diciembre Cemetery all the way to Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas. So there will be plenty of vantage points for you to enjoy people walking by. And the city is hosting a Living Katrina competition that will take place on November 3rd. That is Friday of next week at the Little Lighthouse on the Malecón, starting at 7:45 p.m. And all the information for these events is going to be contained in the show notes. And of course, last but not least, I am really giddy because tomorrow is our disco presentation at the Joint Co-working Hotel. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had a great time yesterday going through Tony Bennett again. We enjoyed connecting with the music. And again, the presentation yesterday, the Tony Bennett was the first of a series of encore presentations that I'm happy to bring back into the schedule. If you let me know that you're going to be visiting Puerto Vallarta on a certain range of dates, as long as the place is available, we have all the previously presented events on our website, and I'll make sure to mention the place in the show notes so that you can check out the choices that you have and the things that we presented so far. And I think this brings us to a good point. We don't have any chit chat music because, again, we're going with a very, very basic software program, hoping that the relationship between Facebook and Ecamm Live gets better through the day. I noticed that Daniel is in the house at some point during the broadcast. Daniel, you make a living doing live presentations and scheduling live broadcasts. If you have heard anything, apparently things started getting a little wonky. And while we can go live with some of these packages, we cannot schedule ahead of time. So, again, if you didn't see a pre broadcast schedule this morning, it's not because I forgot, it's because I couldn't produce one. And I'm looking for your cues, but I'm seeing somebody that is watching us from Guadalajara. Hello, Cam. I just had a wonderful time in Guadalajara this past weekend. There's so much Day of the Dead stuff going on. This is absolutely wonderful. I love it. Somebody had too much tequila last night. Um, Lucas, I hope you're doing great today and tomorrow and the rest of your life. And I'm so glad that you have electricity again. Let's see what else we have. ¿Qué onda, Paco? Hola, Cluster. Want to announce the arrival of our first grandchild at 6 pounds, 12 ounces, a baby boy. Congratulations. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for that, Dan. It was great to see you and Kathy. Dan and Kathy are back in town. Thank you for the kudos on the Tony Bennett presentation yesterday. We had a really, really good time. Let's see what else we have. Boom, pim, boom, pim, boom. Badam, bam, bim, bam, bam. Oh no, prayers for the people. Yes, absolutely. If this has to do with Acapulco, that's a category 5. That's a seriously serious situation. I'm sure that we will see all kinds of fundraising and helping out opportunities in the following days. Looking for more comments, I see another cue. I saw a poster that the market will start this Saturday. Thank you, Larcito. This is good to know. Again, I noticed the article that was posted by Banderas News, but they failed to give us the date. Now we know that the market starts this Saturday. Thank you for that. Let's see. Makes me giggle, the organization that lacks so many details in event information. Well, you know me, Luke. It's I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. But hey, we do our best to try to find the information here at Coffee and Headlines, and it is a pleasure to go fishing for it. And when we find it, it feels really good to be able to connect it with you. Let's see. Uh-huh. This is one of those, I'm not sure what you mean, but I'm going to put it up here. After coming here for 9 years, I made my first dash across Francisco Medina last night. The looks given by the locals I joined was comical. I think they were more concerned I was going to make it across than I was. Oh, I mean, I think I get it. You decided to jaywalk or to do a mad dash, a mad run. I always do the mad dashes, Gary, because I feel there's the Mexican Virgin of Guadalupe protecting me. But that's just me. Uh, I hope you had fun. I usually try to skip across the street. Uh, ooh, I can't wait for you guys to be there. I have to confess that if we have to owe some appreciation to Lucas is the one who said to me, Paco, my mom is coming from Canada. Could you please do something for Day of the Dead? How could I say no? It was an excellent idea, and I am really, really excited. And of course, I was just in Guadalajara where we went to the traditional Day of the Dead fair, and I took a gazillion photographs and video of what it's like to be shopping for Day of the Dead accessories in Guadalajara. It was absolutely wonderful. Uh, I don't know who the heck is Sanda Knits, but my hunch is that she's doing somebody spamming. All I can tell you is oh, I see Sarah Knits. Who is Sarah Knits? I don't know. Who are you, Sarah Knits? You're saying hello to everyone. I hope you're not spamming. Um, let's see what else we have. Oh, another cue. Paco, would you please message me after the broadcast? I am looking for some feedback on a philanthropic activity I am organizing for our condo association. Um, no, I don't think I could. I don't know how I could possibly help you. Why don't you let us know, Tim, what you're thinking about instead of having a private conversation? If you're looking for some feedback, there's nothing better than the cluster, the cluster, which is now 56 people. So if you can use the opinion of 56 people, you are more than welcome to tell us a little bit more about what's on your mind. Otherwise, I don't know that there's more. There's much that I can tell you specifically. Particularly if this is going to be an event that is private. Here we are more concerned about public events. But I wish you good luck with your event. Let's see what else. Aha. Marty and I would like to see the Tony Bennett talk. We will be in Puerto Vallarta from January 10th to March 25th. Hopefully, it can be scheduled again. Let me make myself a note, Diane, after this broadcast to schedule it sometime in early March so that we don't wear it out. And we'll try our best to do that. Thank you very much for that request. Boom, 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 boom. Where can I find information on the Mariachi Festival tonight? Says Lynn. That's an easy one, Lynn. You may or may not know this, but after each broadcast, I publish a series of show notes that include all the links to the information that we share here so that you can pursue it further in your own time and space. So just wait some 10, 15 minutes after the broadcast, and you will see an announcement on Facebook that the show notes are ready. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Kathy says Den is the master of mad dashes while pushing the wheelchair. I saw that firsthand last night because Den, Kathy, and I came back to Whiskey Kitchen after yesterday's presentation. And when it was time to leave and it was time for them to cross Francisco Villa Avenue, I turned around to say goodbye. And all of a sudden, boom, they were already gone. It was wonderful. Let's see what else we have. Da 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 da. Oh, thank you for that, Ben. I really appreciate it. I attended Paco's first presentation of Tony Bennett, and it was excelente. Thank you so much for that recommendation. Let's see. And Lee says, I'm keeping an eye out for when you are doing the country music talk. And if you need info on one of country's roots, bluegrass, I kind of know some things. Lee, I think we're going to aim for November, late November, because the first one of November, I don't know, sometime in November or December, sometime in the very near future, because we want to get that done and out of the way. And I think this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Today, of course, we don't have all the fancy graphics prepared, but I'm grateful to have spent some time with you, and I'm thankful for your ongoing support through subscriptions and through the occasional coffees. I'm grateful for our community partners that help support this broadcast, and I hope you'll have an awesome day today. I hope you start planning all your Day of the Dead stuff. And I hope to see you again sometime in the near future, hopefully with the other program tomorrow morning. Have a great day.